A first listen and analysis of Tom Sawyer by Rush. This is the lead single from Rush's 8th studio album released in 1981 called Moving Pictures. It's been described as their defining piece of music and it's one of their most popular songs too. So if there's any of you guys who have followed the channel for a while, you guys know I love when musical artists convert or use or are inspired by books and their stories, their characters, the themes in those books and make them into music. And that's what's happened here. We have a track that's been inspired lyrically and musically perhaps by a book by Mark Twain called The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. So far with this band, I have been impressed with the concepts and the musicality of the band, and I'd say also the spirit of this band, no pun intended. But a lot of people in the comments especially feel very, very strongly towards this band. It seems to be their favorites. There's a lot of die-hard fans for Rush. I've not quite connected with their music yet. I think that's the nature of this band because they make progressive music. There's aspects of the song that take getting used to. They do a lot of switches up in this. They switch up the music a lot during their songs, and so it's taken me a while to get used to it. Hopefully this is the track that sells me. I will say I enjoyed Subdivisions more than I liked The Spirit of Radio. I love the mysterious sort of vibes that existed on that one and those great synthesizers too. So I'm really hoping this one sells me on Rush as a band as a whole. Lastly, if you do end up enjoying this video, then hit me with a like, perhaps share it with a friend. Also, if you're into daily music analysis and content just like this video, and you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel and join our awesome community. Here we go. This is Tom Sawyer by Rush.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Damn. Great groove, man. That's a brilliant groove.
Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. His reserve a quiet defense, writing out the day's events.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That is a great groove, man.
What you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the myth, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the grip.
Dude, this is an incredible groove that they've created. It's really all based upon that riff. I thought it was a bass line at first, but it's just a riff that has a great undertone to it. It's got a great deepness to it. And I love the way that the drum has been made in a way to really complement it as well. Really brings out this fantastic riff, this great groove that's going on. Perhaps there is a bass line. I don't always catch it on the first time. But what I love is also that the keyboards, the synthesizers are there to sort of emphasize this riff as well. Sometimes it will come in and give this sort of starry, mystical vibe. And that's kind of the atmosphere that's been created so far. It's got this deep, mysterious vibe to it created through this fantastic riff. And I'll have to say always that Giddy Lee, who is the vocalist, he also adds a lot to that. And the lyrics certainly are an interesting one. I'm not quite there with the story yet, but he seems to be telling a tale of a young man who is flawed yet has brilliance in him. Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. Really, really interesting. So damn, that's a great line. The idea is, though his mind is not for rent, meaning like you can't easily sway this man. This young man has his own sort of ideas about the world, but although that can be confused as being cocky, he's not really arrogant. He's kind of in between the lines. You know, you're not sure about this guy at first. Cool stuff, man. I'm liking the vibe of this track. I'm gonna back it up and go again. This is my style. If this song really sticks with this, Rush will have a completely fantastic review from me for once.
Catch the mystery, catch the grip.
That guitar has a great sound.
The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as the skies are wide.
Turn it up.
Today's Tom Sawyer, he gets high on you, and the space he invades, he gets by on you.
think that's Lifeson. He's killing that guitar solo. Machine gun fills.
No, his mind is not.
Okay, I love this track. I absolutely love the sound of this thing. I was saying in the beginning, it's got this kind of mystical, spacey kind of vibe, mysterious kind of atmosphere to it. And they only added to it. It's those synthesizers, man. Those synthesizers add so much to it. As he's kind of talking about the world opening up for this young man, I love that they went into this sort of musical break with those synthesizers. They kind of added to the idea of this young man's mind opening up and the world becoming kind of his oyster, which I think is what they're trying to talk about. It's this tale of a young person who is trying to find their way in the world, who has, perhaps you could say, character flaws, but he is really aiming for the skies. And I guess this is based upon the Mark Twain book and the character in there, Tom Sawyer. Some really great lyrics in there. What you say about his company is what you call about society. Catch the mist, catch the myth, the mystery, catch the drift. Interesting. So this is a interesting character. He's got all these aspects to him. He's a mysterious person, a mist, a drift to him, but he loves deep. His love for life is deep. Interesting. Really cool, man. I love this. What? Crazy conceptual blend of different themes and sounds. Rush usually does this, man. I really like that they go for it. They're so unique.
No, his mind is not for rent to any god or government. Always hopeful yet discontent. Those changes aren't permanent. But changes.
Oh, what a great bass line, dude.
About his company is what you say about society. Catch the witness, catch the wit, catch the spirit, catch the spit.
The bass line and those guitar notes. They're so connected.
Maybe as his eyes are wide. Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer. He gets high on you and the energy you trade. He gets right on to the friction of the day.
Here come those synths again. Neil Peart. Damn, that was a good song. Damn, that was a good song. Wow, okay, I'm starting to understand Rush. I'm starting to get it. I'm getting why people are so excited and feel so strongly about this band, because they do things that are so unique and different. They take risks, huge risks, and for the most part, they pull it off, especially on this track. This is my favorite one I've heard from them so far, out of Spirit of Radio and Subdivisions. I think I like Subdivisions more than Spirit of Radio, so we've been going in order almost. Perhaps it's just that me getting used to their style, because this was a progressive rock style of music that Rush usually has. They had that in the other two tracks too, but I'm understanding what they're doing more and more. And as I'm getting it, I'm sort of picking up on the subtleties of this thing. I really, really love, even in Subdivisions, I really loved when they got mysterious and kind of slowed it down. They kind of simmered. Those sections which are mostly bass line were absolutely brilliant, and then they built it up. The bass line added on those fantastic guitar chords which melded so well with the bass line, and the drum complemented those two things, and then they added on the synthesizers from there. They just sort of built upon this theme again and again, and I love what the theme was. It was supposed to sort of exude or sort of suggests the spirit of this young man who has all these different aspects to him. By the end of the day, he seems to be a good dude. He kind of has flaws and positives to him. But the main thing is he kind of figures it out by the end. Exit the warrior. Today's Tom Sawyer. He gets high on you and the energy you trade. He gets right onto the friction of the day. Brilliant tale of a young man finding his place in the world, which is kind of what I took away from the lyrics. Great conceptual record, man. Loved it. The music complemented the lyrics and the story fantastically well. They built it all from the ground up. That's 2 thumbs up from me. This is a great record, man. If people can suggest more songs like this, Rush tracks like this, I'm totally in, man. This was a great song.